Any of those spicier drops? Do we see anyone getting a little naughty here?
There is always a small potential every single time. For me, I've got to say, it's my favorite group, Lauren, given the fact that we have Na'Vi, Tornado Energy, and BetterLuckNxTime. You throw a couple of other teams in there, and it does feel like the powerhouse CIS, I want to say, setup. I'm intrigued if it gets a little bit more fun when we go towards Erangel, mainly that you find Na'Vi from the petrol station. We'll hold, because here we go. We spoke about these Russian players going at it, and here we go, already off the bat. Zorf's down to 6 HP, but through the metal bars, he gets it. Beat him.
I love that. I love that aggression. And it's carrying on. Dannymon's over here, but seeing Hiruzen down, it's probably just like, I don't know if I want this anymore. Let's see if there's 8 damage. No vest, no helmet, just the AK. He's got to shred these players. Oh, he wants to go for the flush, but he can't. Can't get it. Zorf's there. He's predicting Zorf's angle, but Zorf's got in. He's doing the jig, but Dannymon's got a helmet now. Oh, Zorf's god!
What? That's nuts!
Oh, get another. Oh, set, get him on the drive-by. What is this game we're seeing?
Not only did he have 6 HP, but his opponent had a helmet. Like, what in God's God name was that shot? Oh boy, they're carrying on. Oh.
One heavy kind of hitting start to a game could be good fun for them, but for now, Hellscream's been flushed, so they're actually just down to 2 here. They've lost more casualties, but there's a trade back. Bogger has turned up. Welcome to the party, pal. And now Scooby wants in on the action. Up close and...
Holds no chest to helmet, with his chest been hidden as well on the shoulder peak. They're going for the res. They'll stick it out. I'm okay with this. Set with his hood up. It's not really going to do much in terms of damage reduction, but footsteps definitely been heard. Other steps in. I'm okay with that. Just push it. You might as well get aggro. 1, 2. Not responsive enough, though. And the Nuclear Penguins come out on top. They unite against Unity, and it's a GG. 16th place.
My word, is that busy. You've got everyone in the East. That's actually a great deal of players out there, so you could see some early fights, and we are going to be seeing that. Now, this is... again, out towards the east, a little bit towards the outskirts. Besiktas finding out one of the Raise Your Edge players. Deer going down is going to be a bit of a loss. That's unfortunate for Raise Your Edge.
So sometimes where we'll question say, this stage in the game, maybe not. But there are circumstances where the circle will favor that setup, and it's time to do that because you have time to take control and time to keep people at bay. So you can just see Tracer Fire coming in. Monkey clearly aware of their presence. I'd expect a few teams to start rolling close to one another. Northern Lights have crossed the road in the back lines, but it wasn't perfect because Perfectus actually went down. Rupture saw him on the approach, and that's because of the priority compound open over the road from where the Northern Lights are. Losing one as well, but Tulin's in the deep. They're still hanging back on the opposing side of the road. It's a bit of a difficult one for them now. Spyro has made it. He's not a...
It's fine. That's basically how I live my life. Resolution, they're going to find Croman. These are the knocks that we expect to happen. If it gets a flush, that's more interesting. The knocks are always a potential here. Wow, a little bit more towards the west. You can see the vast majority of the... This is a deadly run. This is rough.
Oh. Up against it. They're inside at least. Yeah, it's better than nothing. Spyro has been knocked again by IW. They pretty much held them dead to rights across the road for quite some time, so it's the second one that they'll take away from them. Vod there. So there is an opportunity. Oh, quick pull-up and a quick response. I like that. Lyron straight onto Kemba. No chance for the flush for the Na'Vi player. But the Nuclear Penguins, they keep on fragging. They're still in the game here, and they're proving they're worth their weight in gold. The tap comes in with a big boy shot straight across the map. That's job done, so it is a bit of revenge. Spoke about Shiv having the knock earlier on. Well, this time he's knocked, flushed, and finished. Senya still holding on to Besiktas, pushing one player out here on screen. Brabra, Raise Your Edge, losing 2 players. Shiv going down all but a moment ago. Now leaves them kind of in open waters, especially with so many teams lurking on this decent side. This is what's the bigger problem for me. All the teams trying to get in here. Bogati going down would suggest the Penguins, after an explosive start, are now down to 1.
Yeah, I think we kind of expected them to suffer throughout this. It wasn't going to be a clean game. They had to do what they could, right? That was the big thing. Now, in the East, it's far from resolved. You already have Braba in a bit of a situation by himself, and obviously the rest are trying to work their way in a similar fashion. Besiktas being gate-kept by Na'Vi, but actually they've been able to obviously find a couple of ways through. And with Red Zone finding Tab, Na'Vi are looking a little worse for wear. They need to readjust their approach here. Red Z going to catch a glimpse of Ents working their way in the blue. You still got Tixu there. and Tixu's been found by Kill Still. So as it stands, Quantum being a real pain out here in the blue side. You can see the Wildcats, though, sweeping from the north to the south out in the east. Raise Your Edge could be the next on the chopping board, but you can see Monkey unawares of what's coming his way. The Wildcats are just behind them. Look at that mini-map. They are flooding in. No one knows about the Wildcats, and this could be costly. This could be maybe 2, 3, 4 points all gathered here if they make it there on time. But where's that push? Where's that final play? Here it is. She created, the ridgeline. There was a moment where I got worried the turn could have happened, but no, they contained the threat well. They get a good couple of points for it, clear out Raise Your Edge, and Ents somehow still have Rustamar down here, 3'd up, hardly any med zone, 9 bandages, that's about it.
A little bit of tunnel vision coming out of Raise Your Edge there. So fixated on finishing off the fight between TQ and Ents. Northern Lights goes down in 14th. FaZe Clan sealing the deal on the final 2 players that did make it across to get themselves involved in this. Luke finds Gustav, but Gustav and Fuzzface, they answer back. 2 players simultaneously fall. Up and over we go, and down he falls. FaZe are fighting tooth and nail for this. This is their territory, and so far, they're doing fantastic. Knocking 3 players out, find this last one, and it's a nice, clean sweep.
Yeah, clean is the optimal word. You know, we've seen FaZe recently. They're still good, but they haven't been, that FaZe form, and that was clean. Not a single player knocked for FaZe there in that whole engagement, and this could be a complete takedown of Snip there. And Gustav not over-peaking. A lot of people can surround it and look towards it, so this is a lot of active fights and well played to FaZe. Clean hold against Snip. They've been able to maintain this ridgeline. And you can see again, keeping the attention of everyone. There goes Besto, remainder of Na'Vi. Good spray from Lyron. Having a hot game here. 4 kills already. Big moves.
Red Zone Penguins and BetterLuckNxTime all towards the further down as we actually see it on screen. More towards the west. Red Zone, hour across the road, unfortunately. It'll be a difficult run, but there is only 1 player in the form of Scooby. However, the Nuclear Penguins, with not a lot to lose and just playing for sustainability. Though, boys, you have basically just been chilling there for most of the game. Nuclear Penguins finally goes down, so Meisters does see him, and that can now allow them into the circle across the road cleanly.
Super patient, and is gonna get a free bit of vision. 8C none the wiser. That's a flush. Fuzzface just left that hillside. A little unfortunate for FaZe, but maybe 8C should have fallen back with Fuzzface. Maybe should have kept
from the topography that's all around them and where these fights are going to be going down. Nika on a party beetle. GF finally. They do arrive to the party, and as soon as they do, they'll be met with force. WP will advance onto that. We'll see if that fight does unfold shortly. BetterLuckNxTime finally will have to deal with Red Zone. Nice play from Red Zone, though, just so you're aware. They're going for a 2-2 split. We'll be bopping back and forth between different fights. FaZe Clan finally being pushed by IW. The utility has been committed. Basic task goes down, so Melman spots him, and Carl will be flushed and finished. Molly's up and over. Few nades as well to boot. I can already see Gustav downstairs is healing, and so is Uber. More than likely just be popping the stims at this point. GF, quite a few people going down to the blue, rather unfortunately, but I suppose it's still sparse.
Here we go, push time. Fuzzface, man at the door. The bouncer, coming in. The club! Oh, FaZe holding on to this so well.
Oh my god.
Night. Uber goes down, though. It's still a 2v1. Rupture could still do damage here, and the flush. That's nasty. That's going to eliminate so many chances for FaZe now late game, and a helping hand from far away. Tornado energy out of nowhere. Just turn and spot him out. Now, I'm pretty sure
No energy. They don't bite off more than they can chew. Tekka's down and out. 6th place for game frame. Double drop, for example, in the middle of nowhere, but that's the issue with it. It is in the middle of nowhere, and he's rushed from them. One weird off angle. And it kind of throws everything into the wind that Tornado Energy is trying to build up. Remember, we said it would be a disadvantage to FaZe Clan if they took the fight against IW. And really, they've not been involved in too much just yet. This is still all to play for, and honestly, all to throw away.
For me, that's an angle. So the one thing I was looking at is that Fate has been pushing. Fate wants to get red zone right now, and it's a smart and aggressive play. It's dangerous, but when you had 3 players alive beside you, it was fine. Ooh. So much pressure was just put onto Fate to come up with the goods then. Considering at the time they had the 3 players behind him.
FaZe could do something wacky and maybe go up against the blue on the northern side and try and get in from the back, but Fuzzface is the first one to fall and flush from a different team. Nixie sees him. Gustav now, last man standing for FaZe Clan. If you can get in this circle and survive out one of these teams, then fair play. They're forcing them. They're flooding them into a bottleneck, which WP should be able to capitalize on. First one will fall. That's fate. A good run earlier on to get him to this point against red zone. Don't know if he'll be able to go any further. Up and over. Quick little peek. Move to the left. Good swing. Good shot as well. Quizzy will fall. Kissick for Alia. Straight onto Artix. Evolution now, faultlessly. BetterLuckNxTime he's been picked apart from multiple angles.
They're struggling here. Kissick has gone down. Everyone kind of poured their attention that way, and Melman has been the immovable object. He focused on Gustav the entire time, never let him in the circle, never letting anyone get behind them. But now the problem is WP has the 4 alive, and Melman's out of position. He's been caught off trying to get back to his buddies, and now Tornado Energy probably have just pulled off the other res, so they're going to be back up to 3, and the new circle favors their position, but they are downhill slightly, opposing ridgeline almost, with the plan gets ruined. Now the pace gets quickened. Those barrels, dude, they pick anyone off. Alia goes down, and now suddenly Tornado Energy are operating with just 2. Quizzy and Example's already tagged up, and WP have control of this. They found the weak link there, and they pressured it, and it broke. Nixty's with the flush. Alia is dead and buried. Quizzy's using the box for cover, and now there we go. We're going to see the Groza come out to play, but Quizzy gets traded in on. It's just Example, and it's not enough. WP definitely showing they drop spots, but I think most of these teams have a good backup plan these days. We aren't seeing too many people struggling for that. I am seeing a lot of people around Chumacera, but again, some might be going Valdemar, they might be going a little bit further away. It's definitely something to keep our eyes on, though.
Yep, potential. We shall see. With TNP still down at the bottom there, lurking with other teams. I'm intrigued if they want to maybe push the advantage. I don't think there's any real necessity to do so, just given the fact that you've already lost 2 players in that last round. You try and want to go to these next circles with a full stack in, full stack. I'll be happy with that most certainly if you at least can get a hold of it. I'm more concerned towards the side of BetterLuckNxTime and TQ, to be honest. They are looking towards one another, and definitely in that whole mix, circle hits, and it's about 40% water. With this playing path, you know, this isn't too bad for a lot of teams. Oh, smashed up that vehicle was. I'm concerned that she actually might get caught a little bit looking for the heal, but she created. It's a different member of the team. All right. No possible res there. That'll be denied unless they go for the back of the...
From here, how do we avoid this? FaZe are about to come down the hillside. This could be either a roadside incident or someone like Gustav or Uber might have a little look over the hillside, maybe catches a glimpse of a player or two. Tornado Energy. What is this fight? On the island? Well, coming off the island, should I say. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a... out of every single place that I've seen a bridge camp, we've never really seen one off there, but I suppose the circle allows it, and if they've managed to scout Tiki on the opposing side, then they've taken full advantage of the situation, just set up and prepared for it. I'm a fan. You know, long may it continue. I'm more of a fan of this fight, what's going on off screen. Tekers and co from GF, they actually set up rather than...
that many fights on. So for them, time to fall back. Let's find one spot we can hold. Potentially 2 to split it. Oh, here we go. FaZe going to be on the pull-up game frame. Found it again, but this time, first FaZe falls.
Yeah, catch him in the back foot. Nice little hop and a jump, but it doesn't secure his life. Stolen away by Mika at distance. Okay, Alia gets knocked out of the car from Set. Set's a bit of a ranger in himself. I still remember all the way back, and I kind of I've touched on it yesterday from... There's a player in front. Oh, Gustav, if you get this done. If you get this, no, denied. A bit of damage on the pull-up. Quizzy secures it. FaZe Clan falling victim 2 in a row now off the back of Tornado Energy. Big push comes in from ENCE. The Nuclear Penguins are going to fight this one out. Zorf with the initial commitment of the utilities and try and punch them in the back. We shall see. Through the smoke for the pre-fire, it's not there. Senya falls meanwhile in the kill feed. That's a different fight altogether. Northern Lights and Navi. I'm assuming nothing else off the back of that happens too much. Distance fire comes in as Squeaky tries to make the run, and both of these teams have got themselves back together and separated, but it is fragile.
Okay, let's keep an eye on those final teams coming in. Red Zone has actually opted to go on the islands as well. TQ over on the island. BetterLuckNxTime on the other side of it. ENCE flushed. Squeaky lost to the Penguins. And you're going to see more of that. There's a lot of these teams kind of pushed into a very small...
Red zone coming across from Higos. Kill is still all the way over there. Just wondering what the hell has he got to do here. Tixu will fall from BSD. BSD surviving from that initial contact that was found. Levent will fall afterwards as Rustam Mass spots him at distance. So inside the ditch, utility being committed as well. Kissick still looking onwards of red zone, but it's kill still. From all this time that he spent over here. The dagger in the back to red zone. Getting punched from the front and punched from the back. Poor buggers. No rest for the wicked whatsoever. It comes down to Macandark. Last man standing on that island, but his two teammates are alive and kick on the opposing side.
Yeah, who wins this fight? You've got Na'Vi, FaZe, Red Zone, BetterLuckNxTime, GF. All close by. Now, obviously, FaZe are in not a full form here. Na'Vi, I think, is still 4, if I'm not mistaken. And, well, they're still pretty good for it. Uber's going to find Kemba. You're going to see the push-up now from Fate. Just going to try and close in. Get Atomical out of there. 8C. Going to flush Kemba. There we go. Fate's in. No worries. And, yeah, this is going to get a little bit rough. Yes, they did find one of the members of Na'Vi there, FaZe. But the other two can potentially gatekeep them. Now, WP keeping back the Wildcats. Big nade. Big damage. The big player picked up, she created, had been doing damage in that last game. Someone you want to be, standing at this point, but so much vision, so many teams in one small area. I don't know how you're going to get away from some of these spots.
We'll see if the utility does any damage that it should do. Any kind of molly or nade will be absolutely crucial to taking a boatload of points out of that. I'd see onto Artix. Instant knock and a flush. GG. X is also onto Batulin, so many of them are just dying, and this all comes down to this West. Uber, POV, not too much at the moment. Few meds, a few stims. I really want to get on board with people actually outside of it further afield, because we got Regi Reg, we got Nuclear Penguins, Northern Lights ends. The whole thing's a mess, so, good luck, cameramen. Do what you can for us, lads, because this is a bit sketchy with how many teams are just... That middle pack, it's so dense.
It's ridiculous.
God, you've got that main priority compound, Lauren, that everyone's probably just going to try and battle for. Even if a team just jumps in the back like Snip or Unity, that just adds to the madness.
I mean, the crazy part is that eastern side's pretty open. If you were the Penguins, you could potentially have to just do what he can. That's Momi is trying to outdo. Momi goes down to the blue in the end, unable to heal through that. They do have Macandark still alive for now. Uber wants this point if he can get it. Points being prizes, why not go for it? Kissick might be on the hunt as well. All of this for 1 point, but it makes sense. Kill still way out here. Macandark is holding him back. Kissick just got caught by Melman, so clearly Tornado Energy do some vision. Uber desperate to get over there to try and get that point towards Momi. He's got it. That's good work for Uber. If he can get in now, that'd be even better, but not to be the case. Does eventually fall to Quizzy, as Tornado Energy definitely did have vision, but FaZe go down pretty early on, but we've just seen, 2, 3 teams go down at exactly the same time. Red zone gone.
Sitting within that ditch, that old riverbed. Ends next door to them. Any kind of grenade's going to be good, but my problem is that you see one go off, a team falls, the next one will just fall within that and roll into the battle. Example, spots tab, just let that they're there.
Oh, did you see the barrel of the gun? Yeah, you did. Pesto, he doesn't fall for these things. Yes, Na'Vi are down to 1, but that one... Oh, scary boy, scary boy, scary player. Now, the Penguins have shuffled further to the east, and I'm actually glad to see that. There's a lot more room in the east than there was in that one line of Razor Edge, Northern Lights, Ents, IW, and WP. Example does find Tab, but that's a flush. He was sadly knocked prior to that. Let's say one team gets aggressive. Let's say it's Razor Edge decides, right, let's push down towards Northern Lights. They get a fight on Northern Lights, sure. But then the Penguins, then Ents, then IW join in. It all fall apart the second that fight starts. Now, this is one of the fights we said could happen. Tornado Energy and Besiktas. Besiktas went for the very southern swing here. I thought Unity would be the ones to see them, but no, it's Besiktas to clear out Tornado Energy in one swift move. Now it all starts to fall. There's the next fight. Besto trading out with GF, but there will be a res there for GF. They should be able to...
Lauren. Now, if Mika and Co from WP just look the opposing way and ignore them, then they get inside. I'll hold now because Regi Reg have actually just been engaged. The Spyro spray comes out, but it's not good enough. Ends. They then move on to this. We said the instant wrap would come through. They have. Shiv. Everyone's dead on Regi Reg. They've been annihilated. Northern Lights begin to bleed out slowly but surely. That should be the go time. The capitalization for Ents.
They can clear this out and have time to kind of pull themselves back together to fight against the Wildcats. They may be waiting on the blue forces forward, but the D from the D are going to be doing big boy damage. Goodbye ends. Well played. And now the Penguins have to go quick on this. If they take any longer, the Wildcats will have the perfect defense for them, and there's not going to be much to look at. Besiktas are safe. They're fine. They should be able to shuffle in quietly in the south unless Unity push or something of the such. We've got to look at how the Penguins approach this. They can leave Northern Lights have to push to them, so they've gone, okay, rather than us taking that fight, let's find ourselves a way in. And that's probably the smarter choice. Now, the thing is, how much information do they have on the Wildcats? I don't think the Penguins have seen fully where the Wildcats see him. I think he's heard the steps. He's definitely noticed something's up, and there goes the deep. Now, the Penguins know where they are, or at least have a good idea where they are, but they can't avoid the peaks from Snip.
Can no longer be sprung. The Nuclear Penguins can opt to disengage from that fight if they so wish. They've actually got the bullet onto Evolution. That's further in the field, however. The Wildcats, it's time to go. Shots from the backline, it will do damage, and it forces one down. This is a good capitalization time for the Nuclear Penguins, unless one of these nades hits, because they're all staggered together. And if one of them strikes, it's going to do so much damage. With Evolution down, one on either piece of the IW and WP. It seems to be the Nuclear Penguins kind of in the driving seat. But yeah, like... Totally right, Lauren, with how open it is to get across that. That is a very difficult run.
They have to push the Wildcats. The left side, or their left side, is not applicable. Rupture now watches them pour from the smoke, and he gets two. That's really good play. Surely they can flush out that final player, Hellscream. But oh, WP from the side comes in and clears up everyone. WP were waiting so patiently, and we've just seen basically 2 full squads of 4 dying. But while it happens, Besiktas heard all of this going on. They've been patient, quiet, calm in the south, and now with the knock towards Evolution, it's time to move up, leapfrog ahead, and they've taken the compound that's actually in the circle. This is good play. Look how open the other hangar is. Potentially Besiktas, there's the open side. They could do so much work. Besiktas out of nowhere, they played the east, the quiet east. They went to the south, they took the fight, they won it clean, and now they get to take over one of the strongest positions current by the 3 other teams looking their way. But that's about all you're going to get. Croman opting for the vehicle play. Here we go, 3 inside, time to make the run. Already Nixie's been found by Lyron. You're going to see the damage going for WP as they waited a little too long, a little too late in the day. Snip makes it forward. Nice play from them. Up towards that machinery, up towards, all of that. Now they've got a bit of cover to play with. But for the rest of the teams, there ain't much to hold on to. Good work from Zico. That car play has paid off. A little bit dangerous, a little bit risky, but it's worked.
Keep on going, though. Unity now will feel the full force of Besiktas, or at least what's left of them losing one like that. They can now have Carl and Lyron push up to meta bit. Maybe focus hard onto Unity. Gives a small window of opportunity for Mika to try and make a run, but it doesn't happen. Luke V turns up with the AUG. Lyron down. Mika also still... Excuse me, totally gone. My bad. Won't roll on that one anymore. Nades up and away we go. 3 times on the back of this. Cal can see them all below. Good nade though. Zeko out of it. Big damage onto Luke as well. Put him out of the fight, but do they know? Croman. He's lurking just around the corner. Orange back building as well. Misses the initial spray, but goes for the second part and at least connects all of them. Chroma can still turn around and maybe get involved in this. Nades should solidify the death onto Stealthy. If that doesn't, Orange will just say, you know what, I'll shoot him regardless anyway. Luke V hits the reds onto Zico. If he'd have saved that grenade, he could have aimed it this way and maybe got both of them. All players back on their feet. Smoke to go down once again. And the standoff, well, it's probably going to continue unless you're just going to go around the corner. Croman just says, you know what? Dive on in. Doesn't even have enough bullets in the chamber. Has to go for the reload. Opts for the mini finish. And Besiktas, all of a sudden, they're down to 1. But Tanneman gets involved. This could go for a triple threat potentially. Unity are just building off of this.
I mean, Zico's doing well to take down Orange there. I thought Unity were just tired of this. They just wanted over with it. They wanted to get that push. They wanted to win it out. But Zico's got other ideas. And Luke's doing pretty well. Metabay is still alive. And if anything else happens towards Unity, maybe they aren't looking so strong. This is their game to lose, is how I want to phrase this and how you should think about it. They had all 4 players playing against all these snakes in the grass. Metabay finally shows. It's a little bit of a tag. Zico is down. And now Luke V has to watch his teammates fall around him. Set with the flush, and now it should be, again, Unity's win. Luke V in the fields. Takes one with him. No flush there, sadly. That could have been a nice little bit of icing on the cake. But as much as
I used to be the whole
desk again, so it's okay.
Back at PEL, it was always he had his little runway, didn't he? He had his plane going through the air. He could shout weird and wonderful things about fish and chips, sausage and mash, all this stuff. And now, but he is the he's the master of introductions.
Free
not,
James,
not,
you know?
It's not Steve level just yet, but he's getting there.
He's working on it. I think Steve, though, like, I literally still think Steve sits there with, like, his notebook and, like, a cognac or something and just, you know, really goes through, like, potential introductions. He's like, okay, what do British
Toffeeisms
people do?
is how they're officially known as, Lauren. Toffeeisms.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, like, I would love James to cast PUBG. Like, can we just do like a show match? You know, every other esport has stupid show matches that no one enjoys. Like, can we get James to cast one? Because that would be good fun. Speaking of good fun, Bog has already gone down. That's not fun.
That does it so well. Throws the nade, forces Besto to the left, and it actually knocks him out of place so his teammate can pick him up. I like that read between them working in tandem to take one down, yet it's only one player. And you know what? Through all of this, and they run away. Imagine if Skip engages with this, but we've got another engagement. Small pull-up, bit of a mistake coming out of Monkey upside the hill. It was a slow crawl. And instantly, just as quick, he does go down. Shiv up
To the east, you can see, like, yeah, you can see it kind of off in the distance. That's Ensign's logo, where the damage happened. Raise your edge, trying to make it out of there. And, well, I think they've managed to make it away for now. They are
to be like, oh no, this is awful. Red zone, big pull-up, lots of players in the back, and it's just completely mowed
3 kills
down. Meister's in the distance. Even the old FPS is having a difficulty seeing all those bullets fly by. Last man standing.
Doubt them. This is why we kind of took our eyes off the radar when it came to them, because we're like, it's Na'Vi. They'll turn up eventually. Kind of has to be now, boys. We're even seeing Ents in the kill feed. Besiktas still going off here. You know, you already had Lyron kind of setting the pace. Now everyone wants to keep up to that tempo. Now, for the Penguins, Hellscream, how are you this lucky? You don't miss these shots. Now, I did see that Batulins did crash, unfortunately, in one of the last games. So hopefully for him, treatment area, kind of slightly east, but up towards it. Raise Your Edge kind of hold the keys to the kingdom. They're pretty happy up there. FaZe on the low ground, the peasants. Working it out in the slums.
Because if he does, he's dead instantly. Can't be doing nothing from that. But if Kemba and Senya come back and use that hillside to actually lock them out, it could be a really good... An accidental play. Does he know? Surely he does. If he does, they actually have this 2-2, and this could pay off. That's a beautiful headshot at distance, trying to run away with it, get away with their lives. A couple of smokes may do them well, or Brabber could just come in and just say, all right, well, I'll get involved in this as well and add pain to the punishment that's currently happening. Himman's looking for a place to heal. You can see how very little health he has. Scooby onto Alia. Where's that fight occurring? All right. That's all the way on the west, outside of the white safety. The blue is lurking, and that's the danger you want to be moving away from.
It kind of stopped being their problem once they cross that road, and there'll become more Raise Your Edges issue. The Penguins, however, is definitely an issue the FaZe is going to have to face it at some point or another. Na'Vi's getting a bit of pressure towards Unity. That's pretty good work for Na'Vi. This is scary for Na'Vi.
It is. But Nix has actually fallen as well, so that's them just completely opening them up from a different side altogether. They did not expect it. Take us onto Meisters on a different side of the map. Shiv will also fall on IW, so variation fights across this. Tries to dip down behind the rock, but not enough time. Na'Vi are just getting the blunt end of the stick here for several different team makers against Unity.
It's not a nice one either. These two face each other on a quite consistent basis. The Penguins getting very close by towards FaZe, and they have to... It's actually opened up a bit of an avenue of threat. FaZe gets him out of it. Gustav is playing a very fine line here. You have to be really, really careful when you're doing that sort of thing. I mean, it works out really well in that scenario, but a better team could have potentially traded that, and he's in an unsavable position. That's a flush potentially there. So that's what you want to keep your mind towards. Zorf and Scooby trying to do it. I liked what Scooby was doing. I think he got spotted out, though, so he kind of lost that element of surprise. Northern Lights struggling to make it through with Besiktas holding their line. This could be a big telling sign for Northern Lights. Batulin's pretty frustrated after having a couple of crashes. Has to now lead his team to try and find a way in.
Get all the stims on and do what you can. No, the Lions have to make a big push here. Besiktas also, Metabit leading out, so is CTR. Instant flushes will come through. There's not too much they can actually do about this, and the same goes for Besiktas. They've got to fight on two different fronts. GF behind them upside of the hill. pinning them down. They have one vehicle to work with, but it's probably already so damaged already that you can't really make any advancement. Gustav also joining the fray as well. So I feel a little bit sorry for all these teams that are just transitioning more towards that south.
A fallback plan if it all goes wrong, maybe. I don't know. But Kemba is now surrounded pretty poorly. But Tulins gets flushed by Gustav. FaZe turning attention away from the Penguins, and which does keep them safe from the Wildcats at least, but they have to then win an unfavorable fight. Senya's full sending. He wants to get towards his teammates. The circle's not a bad position for them, but he has to be able to hold on. BetterLuckNxTime, as soon as they peek that ridge, they're going to get full vision of Na'Vi. This is scary, and Unity are flanking from the other side. Na'Vi has a time limit on this one, Rich.
Here they come over the hills and down instantly. Senya, last man standing for his team, has turned up to the party. Could it be too late though? I think it is. It is indeed. BetterLuckNxTime. They've been holding this embankment for quite some time in the fact that IW actually also joined in the party. They lost one player, which leaves Rupture now the last man standing to fight off his compound, with Unity knocking at the door. FaZe Clan now in front of them. They know exactly where the Northern Lights, given the fact that it's a tier 2 building, you have all the open windows up high. You can have clear vision of anyone once they come over the hill. Getting up the hill alone is a problem as itself with how many teams are littered across it. Besiktas, last players down below. Zorf's there on the top once you get in from the Penguins. Tornado Energy just on the opposing parallel side to FaZe Clan. But there are 4 players up from FaZe. Barbara down on the side of TQ. What does Resolution have in terms of information? Well, 2 players either side at least. Catches them on the run. Ends 1-2. Beautiful spray transfer. Where's his 3rd player? This is cracking. Tixu. He's actually been taken out. He's gone down. No, he hasn't. It was his teammate from the backside. Spins, doesn't get it. Tixu will seal the deal, but it's a little too late. His teammates have fallen. And he has no HP himself.
That was pretty close. That was pretty close to being a real problem. Now, it kind of gets kept in tow for now. We are seeing FaZe having their fight too. They have to work towards Tornado Energy, and they've been successful until now. Example can still be a nuisance. You want to keep 4 alive for that end game, which is what they're eyeing up here. GF still in the south, looking pretty good as well. They can be gatekeepers, and I wonder how much Razor Edge can see of FaZe, because they've been putting some shots down. You can see Unity pushing to try and keep Snip out of this new circle. Example, peeks up and over the ridge, going to get a little bit of damage, but look at Uber's off angle. Really well considered by Uber, and now Example's not safe from anywhere. FaZe sweep through. Good performance for FaZe here. This could be a big one for them. Teams in front of them still stand. You do have Tempest up there, Penguins up there, Northern Lights up there, but they're down to 1 player. This could be a big jump up for them.
It could, but this compound's going to be extremely hard to get into. Thankfully, the circle is unfavorable to it, so it means that Razor Edge also have to move. It could put them out of place for now, which gives FaZe that potential to run down the south. The Deep needs to die, though, in order for this to be totally clear. Like, he's still a problem that could show himself later on. Finally does go down. The blue solidifies that one. To the north, Snip and Unity, they need to make their way in. It's the faster side of the circle. It's a difficult one. I think still that the northern edge is where all the deaths are going to occur. Snip does find and connect onto Gustav.
Oh.
Not quite the flush, but the bleed out is more than enough. Does so much damage that there's no time really to do anything on the side of Uber. He's also tagged up from a different side. I kind of feel sorry for FaZe here. Everything they've been working towards has now been thrown away by the circle. So many teams will have eyes on them. They might even go down before Raise Your Edge.
Nice counter work from Uber, though. Getting a little bit of pressure away, putting down some suppressing fire is huge. Zico going down will at least give them room and a little bit of time to catch up, and it looks like they want to push it. They know the knock's there. Let's push. Let's get in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's not bad at all. Snipper now going to be on the back foot, and the fact that they're going to get attention from elsewhere, and they have. Unity just put some fire towards them, and they're in trouble now. FaZe really striking while the iron was hot was smart. Rangers have left that compound. They're further up the hill on the shack, but look at this play coming out from Fuzzface and Uber. Really getting aggressive, getting their face, and 8C from, good Overwatch position. 10 kills, big game for FaZe. This is when they could become really competitive.
This is the fight for the edge. Whoever survives this will at least be able to keep on going. Party Beetle's at an off angle. He's deeper inside the circle. Might be able to get some more range onto FaZe Clan. If they do go further up that hill, that's what his job is, just to stop any further and deeper advancements around the back of them while his teammates fight up close and personal. Uber's round a wall. He's knocked. He's out. Who's the last man standing? Does it come down to Fuzzface only?
Yeah, they were down to 3 for some time, and I don't think anyone's going to get the points on that knock. So yeah, Uber realizing he's in an unwinnable scenario, probably best to just kind of leave it where it is, not give it up to anyone, and not allow any points to come back in for the other teams. The Wildcats would have been a bad one to give it over to, but that's not the worry right now. The worry is for Unity. They were all stacked up on each other. Levin probably couldn't believe his eyes when he saw 3 players on top of each other like that. Nades going down, Nades going back up. Molly's going to deny that top floor, and Unity are kind of stuck at the foot of this little ridge line. Now, for them, they have to kind of figure a way around. They can follow this towards the southeast side, and they'll probably be able to find a way in. Fuzzface is starting to play this out. Sick nade from Fuzzface, and he's going to push it. This is sometimes Fuzzface in his element. He's got the barrel as well. He's got the SLR. No smokes to play with, though. I think they ran out of that a while ago, and now he's got the attention of GF. Arb's there. He was expecting Raise Your Edge maybe to look across. They weren't. They were having none of it. Tekkas was super low as well. I wonder if that nade almost got them as well, but for now, any other fire coming in towards GF? No. You can see Fuzzface again. More vision. Party Beetle. Been spotted, tagged up. Fuzzface, the one man. Just absolute assassin play from him. And now GF, they're just like, please, just let us get in the circle. We'll fight then. We don't want this fight right now. Just go away. He's not having any of it. Fuzzface is going to do his own things. He's going to make as much of a nuisance of himself as he can do. And it's the perfect thing to do. Maybe Raise Your Edge could get a little bit of that attention as well, as they're just around the other side. They are in the circle, and they seem very aware of where Fuzzface might be coming from.
You'd assume that's his final stand against them. Final stand will actually come up, and there it is. On time, on point. Nail up. Only 1 kill for Raise Your Edge. Rough few rounds. Solidified his fate. Smoke spray comes in. Udia sees him, or maybe not, and just whiffed it, and where you go. Easy kill. Walks in front of it. Raise Your Edge will try and smoke up closer to Unity. Fortunately, it's not going to do too much, though, given the fact that you have the height advantage from the building. See all the players down low, but a damn good response coming out of Udia. Answers back. Molly goes down. Burns his teammate. Unity looking to collapse here. Finish off what they've started. And this has to be clean, given the time limitations that are applied to it. There's one. Transfers. Gets a bit of a dink off, but unfortunately does go down while doing so. They'll res 3 times. Now he can look outside the window. Maybe to stop Unity moving the way down this. Doesn't realize someone has made it alive, but it doesn't matter. From different angles, it's just a massacre. The Wildcats are just playing this so damn well with the building that they solidified early on. BSD held it by his lonesome.
Yeah, sure, Rupture can get some damage done, but they know that they're in trouble from this, and they do have some utility. That's how they get around it. Faultlessly finds set. Here we go. Can they get past the immovable object here? 2 teams against each other, and now you wanted 1. That's Faultlessly. No helmet. That could be an easy shot if it comes through. No. Faultlessly denies, and BetterLuckNxTime are looking good for the win here, Rich.
Oh, but that's a good response. Out of the door. Instant player. Beautiful quick scope, but the re-answer back is there. 2 versus 1, and it all comes down to Levin with very little HP. They're just going to flood it with Molly's flashbang smokes. Anything you've got. Down he goes to the blue. He denies the points, but better.
Tiny little box of a room. It's 32 degrees currently where I am. So you know what? I'm sorry. There is going to be the AC going for a little bit because I'm sweating, and no one enjoys sweaty commentating. One thing I do enjoy is seeing Na'Vi up by Georgia Paul. That's a little different. I mean, obviously the plane path didn't really suit their traditional drop, but this is quite a change up.
Didn't get what I wanted, Lauren. I was hoping for the full tornado energy. BetterLuckNxTime Navi stack. Just a big old fight between Ferry Pier and Cliff Yellows. I mean, you won't really be fighting off for it, but just the CIS just knocking the living bats the hell out of one another. It's going to happen. For all but a second to see how many come through, but it's not going to be answered instantly. It will be from Alia, though, giving the support. Can they keep Quizzy alive? That's the question. Or will they go for the flush? They do. That's a nuisance, and that's annoying. Now you want to be bloodthirsty. Now you want to go for the kills and punish them for that. Even when you're playing in public matches, it's so annoying when you've got a potential chance to help one of your fallen teammates out, and they just say, nope, denied. But with every single qualification stage. But they will keep committed to it. I'm okay with this. You want to make sure that you pick up more, but Melman falling. That's a bad start to try and build something up in another flush. Tornado energy. top of the charts. They've got points to play with. Let's be real here. They've got head and shoulders, quite a few more than anybody else, but still, after this, they've only got one game day left. Simultaneously, they step up, and just as quick, they step out. Example, washed, and it comes down to one lone ranger. How much more damage can you do to the Wildcats? Even one player would be just decent.
I mean, for me, the thing is, obviously, the Wildcats have a little bit more to lose in this fight. For Tornado Energy, they are clean at the top. Yep, they go down. Obviously, not ideal, but they have room to make mistakes. Whereas, okay, the Wildcats are in 5th. You know,
if we get on board with that, we'll be able to see if anything does kick off. But it's hard to just turn away from this one, given the fact that we have a potential fight on way. Carl takes a bullet to the brain. So does Perfectix as well on screen. He's out the car and he is dead. So the Nuclear Penguins, that fight does unfold. The main warehouse. It's a really good compound. Really good building, to be honest with you. What you can do and how you can work this. It's not for sharing, that's for sure. Cavalry has arrived. It's a 4v4 standoff.
but I mean, how do you even engage in these sort of fights? It's gonna...
If you get away from this clean, I will be absolutely gobsmacked.
80.
Out of the car, an instant to the face of Nail-Up. What a damn response that is. But look at that. Itzy himself has fallen from a different angle.
And that's far. That's you remember where the Wildcats were fighting off against Tornado Energy? That's from that compound. That's a big bit of pressure. And another for BSD. What scopes he got on that mini? God damn, Gustav's gone down as well. This is problems galore. If FaZe have smokes, they could do something. But if you're Raise Your Edge and you've just seen that in the kill feed, you might chase that. You might then apply that pressure right back to him. But now we're seeing rotations from the Chickens. They've left the compound and they're going on the wide swing. So this now applies so much more pressure to that western side. Kissick well and truly ready to receive. Good sprays. Look at these connections. This is perfect. Perfect play. And yeah, goodbye vehicles. Goodbye chance in this.
No, this is just all kinds of messy. But you know what? Hence, they've overstepped the boundaries here. They got involved and tried to sneak a point or two away from that. You saw Tixu in the kill feed. They can answer it with full force. Shift this down to one. Oh, sketchy through the window. There's two of them. Can he get the second one? It would be phenomenal if he did. Instant flush, infant confirmation. 1 through the window would be fantastic. He'll listen for the audible cue of the stim or the med. Remember, with the first stage, you get the syringe. Everyone can hear what's going on with it. If he hits it, should read the info. Jump shot, job done. Besiktas,
Casual jump
15th
shot.
place over the top side of it. So exactly what we expected they did. Stealthy picks up Bogger before he can get himself out of the vehicle. Hellscream's also tanked up and damaged. Scooby fallen away at the wayside. This is not good. Nuclear Penguins all the way from the north. Hard transition for them so far. Losing so many players. It comes down to Hellscream. BetterLuckNxTime. Battle from behind. WP now. Time to show the hand faultlessly in Arctic. Arctic's already damaged up. He's got to fall away from this one. Red Zone gets caught also. And this is by Na'Vi up on top of the hill. They're trying to make the same approach that Na'Vi had, but Na'Vi have read this well. The defensive stance and the amount of vision that they're holding is phenomenal. Senyu falling down, that'll be a little bit rough and cause some problems. No, not at all. Besto tab. They step up to the plate. They step up to the challenge, and they put them in the ground.
Yeah, they needed to do that quite quickly too, obviously, for Na'Vi. Once they've, dealt with that one fight, there could have been more. But they're actually, luckily for them, isn't. With the Penguins losing so many, in transition to getting to this current position, they aren't able to fight much more of that. Excuse me, WP still in the north, trying to find a fight, and they found it. Getting past faultlessly was their first step, and now they can kind of work up that ridgeline a little bit further, but that's gotten the attention of Raise Your Edge, and Shiv gonna plant one right between the eyes of Evolution. Let's trade back in. The Wildcats, their gatekeepers, their bouncers on the door are FaZe, and, well, FaZe can't get away from that spray. Rupture gonna land it comfy with the 2 times, and the nade could flush him as well.
We shall see. Gustav's just peeking over to see what kind of suppressive fire he could provide, but nothing's going to get away from that. Absolutely nothing. The nade knocks the health. The bullet solidifies the frag. Priority compound. The compound in the middle now, the open garage with the pipes and stuff and the wall that runs around it. TQ are fortified in there.
It is a vision the Monkey's getting. Obviously, someone can do that right back to him. So we'll see if they can make it through the long woods here, coming in towards WPTQ. It looks like Arctics was called off as well by WP, so that's another loss of a team. 12 teams alive here, 33 players. Na'Vi going for the southern approach. That could get the attention of someone from Northern Lights, which it has. But it's actually Zico from Snip to get the knock and the flush, getting both of the boxes ticked there for himself. Senya's fallen, so the IGL is down, but the rest of the boys can still operate as best they can. Kemba and Besto going to take up that fortified position on the outskirts of Quarry. We saw that played yesterday for Red Line, I think it was. Was it Red Zone? Interesting. My brain, it will deceive me. Unity could play a good game from this too. Raise Your Edge still fighting it out, finding more kills on the way, and securing a safe passage through these woods step by step. They still have to keep moving, and the Wildcats can certainly be a nuisance from the other side as well.
It's kind of comical that Northern Lights are one of the most safest teams in all of this, and they were the slowest to approach time. Figure out how they work this. Spire onto Dynamon. Okay, so first sign of contact coming out the Northern Lights. That's a good start. Try and remove Unity from that position. That gives you the entirety. Over 50% of their map if they remove them. But easier said than done. It is a 4-man stack that's still alive and kicking, regardless if they're disconnected in a 2-2 or not. They can't really take the fight towards Corey. You want all these teams to kick the living hell out of one another. Molly comes in, Shiv from the side as well. Distracts him and dispatches him. That's job done. Wildcats go crashing out in 12. Squeaky onto Zeko. That's another fight that's unfolding. Push from Ends here should be good. Still looking for more, though. They're in the opposing hangar, so he needs to be extremely careful of that. Up against
Nades, Molotovs, everything being put down. Him on. Oh,
Wait.
no. Oh, no,
He
no,
hit-
no, 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 no.
He hit the molly.
He
Did
shot
he shoot the molly or hit it with a nade?
I don't know. It looks like he shot the molly.
Oh, no. That's... I mean, it's sick to witness, but it's devastating when it happens to you.
Big rip. Get out of it. Right, Besto's gone down. The teams are starting to move from the west. Let's see who survives. FaZe under fire, not going to make it out from this. Gustav goes down to Uber with Raise Your Edge, trying to fight that battle on so many fronts. Monkey gets the flush. You're seeing Kemba fall to Rez. Squeaky's still in this battle, but not for long. That's ends down in 10th. That's going to be Snip confirming that one. Uber trying to dodge and weave around this, but the blue will force him forward no matter which way he wants to cut it. Plenty of smokes, plenty of meds. If he can make it out of it, not a bad spot. TQ looking towards the south, trying to find Northern Lights, and Na'Vi have opted, with what's remaining, to get across towards the southern forests. Maybe a better plan than sticking it out in the west.
Nice shot. Just above the smoke, just sees the top of his helmet and confirms. FaZe Clan's position in 8th, game frame fall in 7th. Close in tow. The tab has made it across the road. Very fragile area, though, I must say. Funky and Shiv working in tandem. French duo of disaster. We'll see if we make this road because it is pretty nasty, especially with so many teams that have an eye line onto this one. Out of the fire into the fire, unfortunately. All waiting below, and this one solid compound. If they can keep it clean, it would be fantastic, especially with Luke B on the opposing side. If they catch him as well, that would be disgusting. Big, solid compound, but again, it's only safe while the circle's with them. That's a huge nade. Oh my god, what happened there? Two for one? Orange just went off.
Just loves it.
To the tab as well. So that's 3 players simultaneously. He just battered.
Huge work. Huge work. Unity have now just kind of solidified the southern side in a blink of an eye. We are down to basically 2 teams and 1 sneaky little Batulans. I don't know how he's going to survive out here, because Unity clearly know where they are for those sort of nades, but Spyro's up for the fight. Down goes Orange. No more nades for you, buddy. Have some back. Dannymon's up there too, but the smokes are keeping him a little slowed down, a little unable to make that play through it. But while all this happens, while all this mess begins, if I was TQ, I'd be looking for a way. Surely, get over there, get out, get it going. Goodbye, Northern Lights. Another nade comes through, may not have been Orange's, but Hiruzen has as good of a throw.
This sets us up then. No pun intended. Calls a distraction for the rest of his teammates. I don't think he can get resolution up at this point. One Danamon running. Trying to get into safety, but it is denied. Now it's down to a 2 versus 4. We are still including the non-player. The kill still from the distance. Damage has been done. Quantum are doing everything. They're making it work here. And it's all because of Ramen just Getting up
Oh my
close and personal.
God.
Redzy now. Time for him to step up as well. What a drill.
This is scary. Unity's let this slip. They were taking so many fights, they thought they were so safe, and then Braba just split through them. Here is it now, the M4 up against barrels and SLRs. No, thank you, ma'am. That is TQ. Little by little, is working out exactly where he is, Rich.
Yeah, they're all just hunting him down. They have the location, and it's a GG. 6 kills for Team Quantum. Playing, they're probably going to go maybe towards Lipovka. We've seen a few times. A few teams will go towards there, at least if it is a backup, and so on and so forth. Besiktas, Milta's open unless they want to dive it over to the opposing side, but I don't think they will, given the fact that you'll be able to see Unity now moving. FaZe Clan, home position. Tornado Energy, home position. A little bit easier for Navi and Tornado, knowing that they don't have BetterLuckNxTime in the middle, and they will have stayed in the air a little bit longer than the would have should have done. Overstayed their welcome. You know, it's not exactly doing that, but staying in the air, just making sure there is no one around them. GF and ENCE, we'll see where they fall. If they're not too far from one another, we could see an early frag and an early knock potentially. TQ, now, okay, circle over the main pack of players. Let's, yeah, we're already seeing shots from GF. Look at that, multiple different angles. 2 players still in the air above Roshawk. So definitely...
Team spin over and destroy the next. So it's rough. Speaking of rough, this pull-up, if they get caught here, one more shot and he's done for. Yeah, there it comes. Alia going to find that every day of the week. Barrels are so strong at the moment. That rate of fire is just... Oh, it is filthy, isn't it?
I suppose the only way you can really counteract that is to turn around and say, okay, it's a bit too far now. Let's remove SMGs, you know, smaller automatic weaponry. That's a nice little shot onto Diggory. Okay. I don't think they'll push that. You wouldn't expect him to, not with that level of compound and with it being, you know, 2 buildings.
And for me, his play was huge. And speaking of Liquid, did you see that clip on Reddit where they just got locked down here by the blown up vehicle?
Yeah.
Ooh,
the scrim one.
That was...
Mexi, I think it was Mexi and Ibby.
I think it was Ibby down there, yeah.
It was brutal. Like, kind of, I had minor flashbacks towards DreamHack where they were trying to run for the win and DA to stop them. But yeah, it was. I mean, hopefully the day of scrims was better than that one game in particular. Because it was just unfortunate though, wasn't it? Let's be honest. But
oh yeah.
Such is life when it comes to PUBG, right?
That's how it goes. It's a cruel game at times. It certainly can be. I think it's why we love it as well. So much can and will happen. Now, we are seeing Northern Lights moving in towards Besiktas territory. Penguins lingering in the background too, so everyone getting a little bit more compact. There are 16 teams here, so there's not that much room. Hellscream, lovely angle on the window, catching up Pectus as he tried to make his way through. Now, this pig
It's so vital, and taking advantage of knocking one, hence Tekers. This could be now pushed on. They can roll into this. It's only a small building that they hold. Yes, it is one of those like T-shapes where it weaves in and out of all the different doorways. But there are weaknesses in this. That's a bit of a big play. Knocks him through the window, but there is a response at least. If you close that door and maybe work off the back of it, hell, just shoot the bugger out and shoot through it. I'm okay for it. He tries to come round as Tico, but unfortunately does get backhanded. Lethal nades down. He got
what?
Them. He knocks 2. He gets the kill and knocks 2. It must
This
have
could be
bounced
another
on the
grenade.
corner of the door.
Oh, I don't know. I thought they were just, you know, straight up detonates to stop them being able to push in, so he got a second or 2 to maybe heal or back away, but how did they actually land? I do not know, but that is a benefit and a half. I think even he's surprised, but now Raise Your Edge see the weakness, and I think Potty Beetle might have heard that nade. It's like, okay, hold on, someone else is here. I need to take a second and try and figure out what's going on, because better luck next time. But fighting Raise Your Edge outside, this is going to be such a brutal fight. And keep in mind, these teams ain't in the new circle. They gotta get moving in like 20 seconds or so. Fate outdoes Monkey, but Shiv's still there. You still have so much to be fought for, and you can see the rest of Raise Your Edge just focusing on these compounds. Can we get into this building? Can we move further forward? Because we need to get moving here. Kissick, Artix, all coming over this way. Raise Your Edge, GF, and, well, Croman. Not even full snip, but another fight as well. More compounds being crashed, more buildings being pressured as we speak. This is nuts. Northern Lights swatting off Besiktas. Is anyone still remaining for Besiktas? Yes, but they are in the other buildings, the other compound in the 2-2. Northern Lights may have won the battle, but they might lose the war as soon as they try and leave that building.
Time for the Nuclear Penguins to make a run. TQ directly behind them. Senya up against it against Shiv.
Novia pushing out
left and
for
right.
this.
Yeah, I mean, it's what else can you really do? They're the ones that have to defend this because behind them there is a small area that they can work with. Hellscream and Zoff, they fall down simultaneously through Uber. That's the long run hit that we spoke about. They went and just bombed it towards the farm area, but Fez is like, no, 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 no. Not today, gentlemen. Fez from the back lines just distracts and an easy kill, and Uber completely decimates them. In the distance, best up, rest of Raise Your Edge will fall. Party Beetle back onto Fate. This is still that weird and wonderful battle that's been happening at the top. Party Beetle earlier on with that phenomenal grenade. I believe it was him, actually, to go through the side of the door and knock 2. Unless it was Fate from the other side. Memory just forgets me because of everything that's going on. Quantum do go down finally. Besto seals the deal on that one. So does Redzy. It's actually the IC who will do that. Navi do push him. Besto still continuing the battle, at least I can see on the map. Heeman for the pull-up on IW. This could be a difficult one. They have the height advantage, but they've got the knocks in their favor.
This is crazy, yeah, but there's the trait. There's a big one. BSD does eventually fall, but these fights are so wild. This is on all the outskirts. I guess they're all fighting to get to that plateau where Na'Vi, TE, and BetterLuckNxTime. You can see him there trying to just send it full in. Example, already found Kissick as he tried to make that mad dash for it. There isn't much to be played for here. This Hills fight cannot house as many teams, but I mean, Na'Vi and Ents now about to fight it out as well. That's a big battle. Na'Vi look like they're ready for war. They are going to be taking the fight towards these teams, but they've got to be careful to not spread themselves too thin. Get in the shack. He's all right. Okay.
Hide.
Yeah, hide, stay down. And yeah, she created out towards the blue. They're going to be in the blue pretty soon. She created, though, finds a big shot on NxT's. That's a huge pickup. That might allow them to leave this position. Maybe. Evolution, though, still pinning them to this tree as soon as they try and step out. Tagged up, and the blue might just take them.
Nope. Denied. Evolution, 3 point. Thank you very much. Best up. On to Tixu.
Let's see if
Big
Na'Vi
knock.
keep this clean.
Oh,
This is the big thing for me. They've got to keep this clean, Rich.
Yeah, the problem is that you still, right at the very start of this, I was speaking about Tornado Energy's single time they fire, they'll have to watch behind them or pre-smoke.
Big nade.
From Tornado Energy. Big nade indeed, but it is answered back straight away by Rustamar at distance. Sanya confirmed. Tab gets tabbed up. Quizzy now. With 9 seconds left, they're forced to move. Now remember that Alia, a long time ago, he was disconnected from the entirety of Tornado Energy. This now comes into effect because they have a plan. They have a retreat area. They can all run towards him, or they can all just regroup on the backside of this. If they want to go for the frags, there's a different way to play it. Bring Molly down, door open. What else have you got in? Both of them just scrappily shooting away at the wayside. But it's Artix who actually comes through with the W out of that one. The Vectix, time to make a bit of a run. Not much further. Off the back of the bike. Spyro, can you survive this? Now, it's quite ballsy what Tornado Energy are doing. They're not going back to the safety of the compounds that Alia held, excuse me. They're actually pushing forward, staying spread, and trying to take the fight against Na'Vi.
FaZe on the move. Hold on. Let's see what they're going to do with this one as well. FaZe are trying to pull up here. Orange is trying to keep Danimon safe. Good cover from afar. Is kind of keeping down that one doorway, but the molly is excellent. I think Danimon can out-heal it for now. Yeah, you can see the heal coming in, but they're going to know he's up there. But can they then stabilize themselves? Fuzzface is coming over, and they haven't been able to get a shot back towards Orange at this point. They need to clear out Danimon so they get a fair bit of access towards it. Northern Lights lose their final player of Spyro. That's towards Rustamar. Danimon does make it out. Danimon's on the ground. FaZe have no idea of this either. They're going to find this out in the worst possible way, potentially. Orange going to move up, deny that angle, force them through. Oh, my word. This is going to be a massacre for FaZe.
Oh, no.
This could be a big, big, big problem. One nade, one peek. Danimon is right there. Sprays in. Tag on Fuzzface. There's the frag. Takes him down. One man still alive. Uber has to save the day, but he can't quite do it quick enough. And how are they standing? Uber goes down, and FaZe are white.
Oh, that's madness. It's always just a delicacy to watch when you see big teams like that just going toe-to-toe, because you all know they can fight, but it's just who stands up to the test of time. This time it's Unity who come out on top. I feel a little bit sorry for FaZe in that one because there's not much more to work with, and Unity had lots more area to play with, especially with 4 players standing. They're funneled behind the Harry Potter, and unfortunately there's no safety net for them. They die, they fall in 6. Ain't doing nothing. Actually, he might even get a free frag out of this. Yes, he does. Rustamar will fall. 4 teams left.
Okay, and let's see what's about this. Looks like they're going to try and take down Arctics, but that's not gone very well. Unity holds back. Orange, again, these angles that Orange is providing are massive.
They are indeed. But Meisters, the buildings getting on top of the roof just provides that. They just got 3 in the tanks, that's okay. Set, now's the time to fire back. Oh my god. That is a banger of a shot at distance. I was going to say even just to do some damage to kind of relieve some pressure. But no, instead...
Red Zone really want to capitalize on that. They want to push it. And yes, Orange is back on his feet, but he's low HP. He's going to be thinking about healing. Sets out of position. Momi and Magisters on the push. This is going to be a hard one to hold as Magister sweeps through. Finds Danimon and now Set left to deal with 4. As the sweep comes out, perfectly timed from Red Zone. They could not have played this better. Smokes go up. An example is actually going up on the radio tower. We don't see this very often. That is a real rare position because, well, you can get picked apart from just about everywhere. I think he's got maybe a suppressor on that. Maybe he could do some damage, and he's just done that. Macadar goes down and even gets flushed. That is nuts.
We never see this happen. I didn't even think about that. I totally forgot this was even a possibility. You very rarely see it even a public match, let alone a competitive. But this whole lay of the land, this circle completely and utterly aligned. Maybe help with a knock or even just defend with a flush in any way you can. Set. Falls back through the smoke. Wow. Instant switch, instant reaction. That is massive. Hiruzen now has to deal with the death from above. There's still a player of Unity lingering. Excuse me, there's 3 of them lingering. There was only a flush onto one of them. Arty can't get away with it. Tries and tries, but he will fall. Meisters now, Lone Ranger. Can you help out Tornado Energy accidentally? It was very exposed before they had a fight that was going on. Finally, he removes that.
That's good.
It's good.
I mean,
it's just how much more it can. Now Melman's in the fight, though. This is where it could be really damn good.
It could be. I want to see how Unity approach this. I mean, if they had 4 players, it'd be easy to pin down both sides of this and then leave the other 2 to focus on Melman. They don't have that, but they're using the tree for cover to just completely keep his vision hindered. And the great nade towards Melman, as you said, they're unrecoverable. This has to be a big solo piece, for example. I mean, he could just yeet off the side if he doesn't want to give the points away. But for now, let's see what he opts to do. This could be fun to watch. Sets his target a focus. If he can get him, that's not bad. It could be a potential another point there. And it's a banger of a shot. Example. What a beast from the tower. Now, can he find the other 2? This would be nuts. They are within nade range now. He's in trouble. The blue's on his back. Does he play it out? Does he just try and be a nuisance, claim another point? It looks like it's Unity's win, but can he hinder any amount of this? For now, the blue's pushing forward, and he couldn't quite get that last flush. So sadly for him, no point there. But for Unity, and that aren't under the spotlight every single day, but for now, where does your mind go? What is your main couple of storylines you will be looking at here, Rich?
I kind of want to roll off what James said in the fact that you have your invited teams that are guaranteed to get into this. They're not guaranteed to get into the finals. They have to fight through the group stage just like everybody else, but they get invited to PCS Charity. They've been invited to this, or they got invited to PCS Charity. They got invited to this, and they've also been invited to PCS number 2. This is me repeating a storyline. I did say it last week, but I want to kind of emphasize how important it is for me and for these rosters, for these organizations and individual players. When you are invited to these events,
you're always worried about, and it happened when we went to global competition, was do those closed leagues breed a matter of complacency? And speaking of, yeeting across that bridge has just cost Metabay any chance in this round. Unity setting up the wall, defending it well, and Orange has been a perpetual threat to any team. Those off angles last game.
He's okay. It's not hard to go down there. Still a few teams actually on that bridge over by the left, the western bridge. Udia confirmed. Where's that at? Okay, he must have just got caught off guard then in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, raise your edge. We're going for a 1.
South.
The Pixie Uber has arrived. No pun intended. Carl, rather unfortunate, will be the first victim here as Shiv just takes him off the back of the bike and mopped up instantly. Lyron as well. Besiktas, what did we say? Unfortunately, this is where you guys always seem to just fall down a little bit. It's the rotation. It's getting caught off. It's the scouting, to be fair. That's the overarching nemesis of them. It's the pre-scouting and just booking it and just say, right, balls to it, we're gone. Without scouting, you're always going to die.
This could have been the game to become the threat to people like ENCE. If they got a big, win on this, that could have been really, really dangerous. Because then, obviously, when TSM, Omicron, and Redline play, it's all game on. But into this fight, Na'Vi up against ENCE over at the Yellows across the way. They allowed each other, as gentlemen do, to cross the bridge. No harm, no foul there. But now, you can see the Finns starting to get into this one. Already got Senya down on the floor. Squeaky there with an aid as well, but help from afar. Better luck next time across the water, laying down fire. Now that's going to obviously pressure a great deal of the Ents boys because their backs were open towards that. So this could be an issue.
Could be. Be a very quiet approach. All of them are in the water unless Faultlessly just stays. They could get a bit of a wing into this one, to be honest with you, Lauren. They'll have vision on this. Granted, they've got to move soon.
I'm just waiting to see if BetterLuckNxTime do some real damage to these two, because as much as they're so focused on each other, beautiful shot from Diggory. The point is these guys are going to rock up and no one knows they're there. Yes, Tornado Energy does, but they're not pushing this fight. So there's going to be an additional threat that could be in the backs of Ents.
We were expecting more the mountain side that we keep seeing over and over again, but it's so much water. That's a chaos. Anyway, back to this, because this is chaos itself. Diggory damaged. Down, not out. Getting pushed though hard by Tab. This has to be a quick med and ready to face the fire. Face the music, time to dance. The Tab looks to the left. Diggory bringing this one out now when it comes to health. Smokes down. Will he push it? Will he fall back and get in between the walls? He does. What a pre-fire as well to just anticipate. The over-aim, the over-lean. Great answer back as well. Squeaky can try and get this kill. There is a trade-off in the fact that they might be able to get the res on the one that it was doing, but there is another team getting involved in this. In fact, there's two. GF from a distance can still shoot them in the backlines if they want to. NLT slowly across the bridge, but it's Snip that have turned up on time. Good nade from Squeaky, finished off Kemba. Straight over the edge, though. Thank you very much. We'll take the free knock. That's not a problem whatsoever. Thank you, Fate. Free point for them, but now the alarm bells are ringing. They know where they're here. From the back, we said across all the way still. On the main head of Erangel, GF doing damage, finally. Faultlessly not allowed to
Have many options here. Arb swimming in and out. Tekka's getting down the fire. Northern Lights. Here it is. Ditch it on the Beach Boys. Out we go. Down we go. Party beater with all of them. The Northern Lights dimmed in 16th, but Snip is on the push, Rich. They want this compound, and they're going to try and take it.
Yeah, this is pretty heavy aggro been applied on the side. I'm okay with it. I don't mind it. I think it's good when you know that players are down and out, but they need to keep control and understand how many teams are here. And they're not looking for individuals. They're looking for snakes, more importantly, rather than full rosters. So just be careful and make sure you count your numbers. Good little pre-fire. Doesn't come off, though. There's the first snake done. Now that Arctic's actually given up the game.
Clean.
Instant lean from Zeko. Beautiful to knock him on his backside. Now they can push the advantage. Good nade, makes it solid, but remember, we've still got two snakes within this compound. That's my only concern for Snip. Look, you've got 4 alive, you picked up some frags. Take this cautiously. You're in a good position on the map. Don't get done by one individual. Southeast, what's happening? Let's take a look. All right, yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'll let you run through that when we jump on board with it, because that could be chaos with how many teams are there.
Yeah, you've got FaZe, Raise Your Edge, TQ down there. You've got potentially the Wildcats, the Penguins. You've got Besiktas. You've got Unity. All of that southern side is pretty open to each other. FaZe are ahead of the pack, so they should be able to turn around and face the others. Tornado Energy happy with their current position. The Penguins going to catch Red Zone on the push-up. Red Zone just about making it in. Keep in mind, they've been pretty far out on that eastern bridge for a long time here. Now, Tab's going to be playing patiently. The two snakes are just going to wait it out. They'll probably... at best for the snakes, they get the flush. That's it. That is the thing you're going to be hoping for. If you get more, it's a mistake on the other team. There it is. Another one found, gone. We did see Zor finding Magisters, so everyone kind of piling in on Red Zone here.
You just took a point, someone else down. Well, Will. Hence on your screen, Mac and Dark is taking fire from the side, and Scooby just says, well, there we go. Easy knock. No flush just yet. I'd assume he's out of vision of IW, so either just wait for the bleed out or try and finish off and solidify the kill yourself. TMP is a little bit aggressive towards that bank side. Maybe they can do something if they have the weapons in the range. It's alright having the SLR and the DMR, just having the scopes to go with it. BSD. Flush out onto Mormate. I can hear the silenced M24 ringing in the distance. As soon as I hear a sniper rifle, my ears prick up and I get a smile on my face. Where is that thing? Show us it on screen. I want to see some damage done. Iruzen, Mika will fall. Insta-flush, job done. All of FaZe still standing, still working. Only one kill between them, but to get to this point, I'm quite impressed. GF dying on the sandbanks. They finally got out of the water and unfortunately being just met with the full force of Snip that have been sat there for a while. We've still got BL chilling. Don't forget about that. Insta-kill. Nice dink from Shiv. He was stood still, so it's not too much of a shot, but regardless, makes it work. That's your teammate. Don't shoot him. Nice little compound for safety for now, but nothing much else after that. Good shots from Set onto Nixties. Can now they get this working uphill? All four of them are still alive, but the height advantage will come in and play a factor.
Yeah, for Shiv and Nail Up, they just need to keep moving, stay mobile, don't be too static, because you're going to get surrounded on all fronts and try and hope that a third party slows down a bit of phase. Now, you got to look at Unity and WP, they're in the southwest, and Snip have spotted out GF trying to cross that water. Arb's in all kinds of trouble. That Molly might have done it, it does. Luke V, their nice little pick up towards Arb. You do have Bloody Beetle making it across, kind of swimming a little bit further towards the east, it seems. And I think one of the players, Tico, did go over in a vehicle, so he's also made it in, but they're super split apart, and they're going to be easy to isolate and pick to pieces. You are seeing Unity doing something similar to towards WP. WP had to run into this, or, you know, Unity had a little bit of a better step towards a circle initially, so that's why they've been able to hold this ground and just lay down fire from afar.
Go to that small lull for all but a moment. That is exactly the issue that I didn't want to see out of Snip. I wanted to see a full 4 stack making it to the latter stages of this game. Instead, the Snake plays a part. You can probably to be honest with you, he'll bleed out in time with potential. Last man standing in Heeman. Few shots onto one. Oh no, he's done another. He's knocked him. More importantly, he's slowed them. Give the info to Heeman, who's still lurking around there. Party Beetle off the back of the 4K. Yes, it was from a board and a pretty easy shot for him. He'll still be happy. Feeling it, see what else he can do. But Snip, they've been battered on this. The circle does not go where I anticipated it to. It pulls away from the BRDMs that are just sunken below the stage. For FaZe Clan, sweep and clear. That's the name of the game.
See if they can do it cleanly. I mean, Razor Edge are a deadly lot. They go too far to the east. You've got Unity to the west. You've got the wild tension right now. But FaZe trying to get past Razor Edge. If they can do this cleanly, it'll be impressive because that cross is being held to flush. Oh, Nail Up, you mean, cruel, talented man. Taking down at least 2 now with him. And 8C, yeah, he's going to do what he can. Nail Up does even get the flush as well. Goes down, but takes 2 with him.
That's pretty damn decent. 4, we're taking another point, another frag. More importantly, GFI says you have to be careful of some of these players off the back of the boat. Party Beetle still going 5 alone. And now he's utilizing one of the boats that I think he actually blew up on himself when we saw them trying to make the cross on Northern Lights. So realize, okay, well, I've put a boat there myself. Zeko's gone down as well. Party Beetle's still bloody going. Somebody stop this man, please. That's 2 more frags. What is he doing? What is he doing?
He's winning. That's what he's doing.
If he has, he's going to wipe out 2 teams on his own.
Oh,
good God, if that nade's good.
It moved the car away. You can definitely see it now. Uber's there finding Set. So this is phase towards Unity. That's another fight. But I can't get past the idea of Party Beetle potentially taking down so much. And now the problem for FaZe is, if they had 4, sure. But they're down to 2 and they have 2 fights to deal with. They've got the Wildcats on one side. Unity's watching from the other. Melman gets involved. Tornado Energy spotted out Bogger earlier. And they've taken him out of all of the matters here. So this is a fight on several fronts. And Party Beetle is still going.
I suppose for him, he's got the smokes off the dead bodies, right? Everything that he built up before by killing Northern Lights. He has everything in front of him. We'll have to stick with this one for now because it's on screen. She created and Rupture. They fall simultaneously. That's a big problem. It's even bigger when you're on fire, thankfully. Uber solidifies the deal, gets the job done. Can he get IC up or is he out for it? I think he is going to bleed out, unfortunately, given the knock and how speedy is going to die outside of the blue. Uber can get himself back up to full health, potentially. Unless... he did it! No, it was Set. Set came in at the last stance. Oh, Set nabbed him, but Party Beetle's safe and he out-survives them. That is madness. On the beach, how are you? Let's go off. He should have used the audible. Oh, he did. He used the audible cue and he had no helmet. He made it work. That is phenomenal. He does get knocked, which is rather unfortunate because there's no means of reviving, but he at least...
No, knock in the car. No, they're making a meal of this. They're making a bit of a meal of this. There's a world in which Party Beetle comes on over and does the dirty. Do you see that little cheeky name? He's like, I'm going to lob one and then prone. I don't want too much attention, but I'll give you a bit. Scooby still being a nuisance.
Team and got all the kills. Like, it was so damn close. He jumps another position. Alias found Uber. He keeps on going. Still keeps on going. He's alive. He's into top 3 and he... Remember everything that he's done so far. He's just been playing the beach.
That's where Party Beetles like to be, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Just
man,
chilling
this is-
out. They've got the lounger out. He's got a little cocktail in hand. He's a party beetle, you know? That's how it is. Let these two fight. He's fine. He's chilling on the beach. You know? He doesn't need this. He can just nip in whenever he fancies. If he sees a bit of weakness, why not? But yeah, right now, Tornado Energy are in a good spot. If they get Example back on his feet, you got to feel like this is their...
Memes and comments we can make, but honestly, I think it's just... Oh, Danneman. Oh, no,
Make
no.
it easier for
Dualia.
Party Beetle do it. Here we
All
go.
right.
Game on.
3 versus 1. You've built everything up so far. Do it. Even just pull another
Party
frag.
Beetle.
7
He's got
is
14
good, I
smokes.
believe.
Put them all down. Confuse him. He's got 7 kills. Put all your smokes down. Come on. Oh, Melman. Did Melman spot him? He did. Find out now. Yes, he's got a good idea. Oh, don't you ruin it. He's ruined all of my fun. Party Beetle, you are meant to be